time the top. I've looked at every fucking indicator in the world. I've
Yeah.
studied charts for fucking thousands of hours, and still I can't do it. And I know other motherfuckers can't do it because I'm brilliant at that shit. I'm
Yeah.
good at it. I am really fucking good. But also have a plan. Like anybody in this fucking crazy bull market that we're in for crypto, you have to have a plan. Otherwise, you're a deer in the fucking headlights. You're like, oh my god, I'm rich. That's
Yeah.
what happened to me. I'm like, holy shit, where's the blow?
Yeah.
Like, where's the bitches? Where's the blow? But like, but that's
I
what.
love the fucking honesty. That's
No, it-
fact.
On some Wolf of Wall Street shit.
No, but
Yes.
it's sad. It's actually sad though, because like
For sure.
that shit overtook my life. Money is not always a blessing. Like anything that consumes you too much is not a blessing.
Yeah.
If
What
you
is-
let anything overtake you that much, it's not a blessing.
Can I?
2, 1. I'm back at it. Drug man voice. We're going to have to change the name from Blockchain Boys to the Blockchain Squad because we got the beautiful Gypsy here joining us once again.
Up? What's up? What's up? Thank you.
You're too hot to be into cryptocurrency and day trading and stuff like that. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
actually, there's this like Russian chick that's all pictures of her ass, and she's like on Instagram, and she's like day trader and all this money, but I could.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder how many girls got like OnlyFans accounts. They're just like accepting crypto donations only.
That's
Got
Right.
dudes
really good
just
idea.
dumping Bitcoin and Ethereum and all, dumping
Yeah.
Bitcoin in a butthole like
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking quarter machine.
I bet there's a good amount. And
Yeah.
plus, I feel like some of the traders, like influencers and traders I follow on like Twitter or Instagram, like they put up like hot female pictures, but I know they're dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of
But it
that,
helps them get more followers. Like it helps you get more clout. So I understand why
chicks
they're
get
doing it.
clicks.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
100%.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
Dude, it's a fucking smart business decision.
That's really smart.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
into that.
I did. Speaking of Twitter, I didn't read the article, unfortunately, but I just read the title like a pleb. But I saw like Twitter ban like 5 or 6 crypto influencers. Did
I
you
don't-
hear about that by chance or no?
I didn't.
Okay.
Was it today? Like
It was
today,
no, it was
today?
like a few days ago.
Oh, I feel like I would hear about that, but
Yeah.
I haven't. I've been
Who
pretty
knows?
locked
It
in.
might have just
but-
been some clickbait shit. Anyways, but Gypsy, so I'm wondering, so how long have you just gotten into the cryptocurrency gains? Like me myself, as I just told you off air, I'm still pretty green. I just got December is when I made my first purchase into that. The past 2 months, I've been getting like a lot more, like deeper into it. But I consider myself more of an investor though, and you're trying to do a lot more day trading, taking kids lunches, doing those high risk, high reward plays.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So I started back in September, and I have been learning. I started paper trading, and then I started learning forex. And actually, how I got into
Okay,
crypto
nice.
is when I went to learn forex, I had to transfer Bitcoin into Cash App to buy money in forex, and it didn't work. So then I ended up transferring to my friend, right? Well, then a month later, this was like back in December, he's like, wait, you have Bitcoin. I'm like, what? He goes, remember it didn't transfer to forex? And I looked, and the money like tripled, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, wait a
Hey.
minute.
Nice.
And I was like,
You forgot you had Bitcoin.
yes,
basically.
I
That's the
forgot I
best
had
thing.
Bitcoin and
Yeah.
it was tripled, and then it was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm about this life. So then
Yeah.
I just constantly start adding money to Bitcoin. So that's the only thing thus far that I've been is, buying Bitcoin on my Cash App, and then I do options trading on the regular, but I want to get more into crypto. That's why, I'm really happy to be here with you guys and talk to you because I'm about that life, okay?
Yeah.
And I want to also ask, too, what that Pokemon thing is.
Yeah, we'll get to all that in a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wade, why don't you tell a little bit of your background here? Wade's the big dick of the table here.
Aw.
Like Wade's,
Money making man.
yeah.
Well, I don't
Show him
know.
how to be the man.
I've been trading
Okay.
crypto for 5 years, so a really long time. I blew my portfolio up to almost like $600,000 in 2018, and then I lost $550,000 by trying to
By trying to
by-
make millions.
Well, I was thinking about generational wealth. I was just immature. I was also partying a lot and just not focused. It was all gas, no brakes. So
Yeah.
When you get in those situations, it's just easy to be immature. And the worst thing, like I said before on this show, that happened to me is I bought shit and it didn't do anything but go up. So then I ended up raising $300,000 in private equity, started this company took that $300,000 in private equity and made it fucking disappear. And I still pay that shit back.
To this day.
To this day.
Damn.
To this day.
To this day.
Can you what do you mean by private equity?
Yeah, so basically I got financing from someone who's not a bank. So I have investors in my company. I started a capital company or a holdings company. It's called Moonscale Holdings, and our main investment vehicle is cryptos. But we'll also invest in like startup businesses. If an investment's attractive, we'll invest in it. It's
Yeah,
not just
sure.
a crypto thing. I mean, it can be real estate, it can be whatever. But when you're making crypto money, crypto's like drug money. So we just felt like that was the quickest way to get rich.
Yeah.
But we learned a lot of lessons, take profits, and then also just be humble, be a good person. But we ended up spending about $20,000 on trading classes and just, newsletters and all that shit. And now we're seasoned, and we're gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
It's been a very, very good start to 2021. So, but basically the moral of the story is I had a lot, I lost it all, and then some, and now we're back. So that's good shit.
Now he's making the comeback story.
Yeah.
You hear that a lot with people, like even me, I've lost, before I started making profit, I lost probably like $8,000. And
Really? And that
because-
from Forex or with crypto?
no, from options, because
Okay.
I have a problem where you get up and I don't want to cash out because I want to just see it getting higher and higher. And
Yeah,
you have
can
to
you
learn to not be
break
greedy.
options down for people who are listening that may not know what it is?
So the best way to explain options, it's kind of a confusing concept, but basically it's a contract that you can buy and you have the right, but a lot of people don't use it for that. But what it is you have the right to buy 100 shares at that amount. So say Apple, right? So say Apple, I buy a contract that I can buy 100 shares of Apple at $400. So if Apple then goes up to $420, I can still buy that at 400, and
I
then
see.
you get the difference.
Sure.
But so what happens is the contract price then, depending on the volatility, can go up or down. So I can go and to get the contract, and then if it goes up, I mean the return on investment is way more than just buying the stock. So basically, when you do options, you get to be a part of the stock, increase. And you can make profit off of the stock going up without having to own the stock, and with a lot less money. So, say Apple's $420 a share, right?
Yep.
I would have to buy 100 of them, to make so say it goes from 400 to 420, I would have to make $20, or I would only make $20 profit if
Right.
it went up 20. But if I buy an options contract and say the contract was, $400, but that's 100 of the Apple shares.
Right.
So your return on investment is way more.
Yep.
The problem is if it doesn't hit the strike price, so when you buy an options contract, you buy one at a certain strike price. Am I
Okay.
making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're making sense.
No,
yeah.
It's
No,
just-
I'm
trade
following
options.
you. No, it's
I
it's
trade
really-
options, and I think you're doing a good
Yeah,
job.
no, it's really
So
coherent.
I'm really trying because it's took
No,
a while
you're
for me to
good.
grasp it.
It's a
so
lot.
when you buy options, you buy it at a strike price, right? So I would buy, so say Apple is at 400, I would buy it at the strike price of 420. Okay.
And that's a call option. That means she's
That means
betting on
call.
it to go up.
right.
Okay.
So I would do
Yeah.
a call. So
you can bet it on it to
Yeah,
go
that's called a put.
under
That's
even.
called
That's
a
called a
put.
put. Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
So let's start from the basics. So
Yep.
you can buy a call or a put. Call is saying I think it will go up. Put is saying that it will go down. And then there's also in the money and out of the money. And if you buy out of the money, that means that it is not, so in the money means it's at that price, and then out of the money means so say it's at 400 right now, right? Out of the money would be 405, 410,
Anything higher than 400.
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
And
Otherwise,
then-
it's add the money.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's at the money.
Yeah.
And then same, the opposite also with put, if it's in or out of the money. And so you're betting on it to go up. And
Okay.
if it goes up, the contract price goes up a lot. So it will go from, sometimes a contract it can be 200 and go up to 700. And then the amount that you buy also, you can really make a lot. But
Yeah.
what
It
happens
can really blow up.
If
Damn.
it doesn't hit the strike price, though, you end up with nothing. The thing that's nice about call option, though, is you can only lose as much as you put in. So
Sure.
if I buy 400 worth, then I no matter how much it goes down on a call option, I only lose the amount that I put in.
Okay.
I think, but I'm not positive that with put you can lose more.
No,
you put- no.
on put it's the same.
It's the same.
If you're shorting though, like
but
trading,
shorting you
yeah,
can- okay.
That's
It's shorting.
different though.
I got a quick question about the whole strike price concept. So say you do a strike price at 450 and it gets to 449.
Your contract price went up a ton though.
Okay,
If
you
it,
know what
if
I
it
mean?
went from
Like-
400 to 449, you have a 450 call option. Your contract price went up a shitload. So you can
So you're
flip
still
your-
making
You
money.
could flip your
Yeah.
contract at 410, 420 because it's not just the price that it's also
Okay,
weighted on
it's
the
not
time
set
lapse
to that
too.
exact price.
Well, the price of the contract is where the price is, but it's also weighted on you pick a date for your strike. So if you're within the strike date, and let's say it's gone up $30 and you have a 450 call option, your contract price is still going to be higher. You know?
Well,
Okay.
yeah. So there's a variables called the Greeks.
Yep.
One of them is something called the delta, which I like to look at, and the delta is every dollar that the stock goes up, how much your contract. So when AMC was popping, my delta the first day was
Nice.
$2.65. So every $1 that it would go up, I would make my contract would go up $265. But then the next
Holy
day
shit.
it was what I didn't. But I ended up losing on it because I didn't.
Someone got greedy.
I know.
We all do though.
Dude, it's
but-
it's like driving on a highway, right? When you're 16 years old, you're like, oh my god, I'm scared. Then 2 minutes
Yeah.
later, you want to go 120 with your girl sucking your dick.
Yeah.
It's the same exact fucking
Like
thing.
drunk as fuck, dude, watching a YouTube video.
And you're fucking like, yeah.
This is the thing.
Ripping grade, dude.
This is what happened, though, you guys. This is what happened, okay? There was a time that I cashed out at 700, and if I wouldn't have, I would have made 4,000. After that happens a few times, where it when you cash out and you would have made way more, then it's like when it's going up, you don't want to get out because of
Yeah.
the times that you could have made more. But
Yeah.
then it just
So it's like, so it's a little bit of FOMO, and like it's funny that you're talking about
FOMO's
this.
a fucking drug,
Yeah.
man.
No, it really fucking is though, and that's something I'm actually starting to work and like get better on, like. Because I'm starting to learn to take profits, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to get that FOMO pumping through your veins. Like, okay, I can sell right now for $7,000, but what if it goes to like 700 grand? You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna be real salty. I'm starting to learn. Don't ever be upset with like making $7,000 or whatever
You have
X
to.
amount
You
of
have to.
cash. it
You're gonna
is.
go fucking
You know what I
nuts.
mean? No one can fucking predict the future. Like,
You're gonna
take
go
your
fucking nuts.
profits. Leave a little bit and like buy some back in if you want to or whatever you can.
One thing
Like-
that I've learned, so like say I'm doing options, right? And it's going up, and say I have 4 contracts. If it's one thing that I've learned is maybe sell 2 contracts and then leave 2. That way, if it ends up going down, you still sold, or if it keeps on going up, then you can still go higher. So that's one thing that I've liked is learning to, sell a few but not all, and then see what happens.
Yeah.
That's like what I was talking to you about, Doug. Like scaling out of a position, but like
Yep.
I'm gonna sell 25% of my position here, 25% here. It always controls the FOMO, but then you've already bagged your fucking profit, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the best way to do it. Scale in, scale out. Like even if you think you're getting a dope ass buy on a crypto or a stock, why don't you just put in 50% of your capital? Because you don't know if it's going to drop 15% more or not.
Right.
No one can time the bottom or time the top. I've looked at every fucking indicator in the world. I've
Yeah.
studied charts for fucking thousands of hours. And still, I can't do it. And I know other motherfuckers can't do it because I'm brilliant at that shit. I'm
Yeah.
good at it. I am really fucking good. But also have a plan. Like anybody in this fucking crazy bull market that we're in for crypto, you have to have a plan. Otherwise, you're a deer in the fucking headlights. You're like, oh my God, I'm rich. That's
Yeah.
what happened to me. I'm like, holy shit, where's the blow?
Yeah.
Like, where's the bitches? Where's the blow? But like, But that's
I
what.
love the fucking honesty. That's
No,
on some Wolf of Wall Street shit.
No, but
Yes.
it's sad. It's actually sad though, because like
For sure.
that shit overtook my life. Money is not always a blessing. Like anything that consumes you too much is not a blessing.
Yeah.
If
What
you
is-
let anything overtake you that much, it's not a blessing.
Can I add? What did you originally? What was your initial original investment that you made up to 600?
Well, at that time, I probably raised about around 100K. It was only $4,000 of my own money.
Okay.
And then
You had investors, right?
yeah, so I owned 42.5% of that. So really, like 300,000 was mine. But I have the same business partner to this day. We got through a bear market together. I'm telling you, if you can get through a bear market with a fucking business partner and you guys don't want to kill each other, you're gonna be okay. So I'm really excited for our future because we've only had maybe 2-3 blowout fights in 4 or 5 years, and that shit happens when you work closely with people. You know,
sure.
we're both opinionated in our own ways.
Yeah.
But we recognize each other's strengths, and I think we do really well with that. But we're going to 10 million this year. I mean,
Yeah.
we ain't
For, like
fucking
for your
stopping.
company?
Yeah, for sure. Like we're not fucking
Cheers.
stopping. Yeah.
Yeah.
cheers to that. I mean, that's
Cheers.
Cheers.
you know what?
Cheers.
Think big and do it big, bro.
Go
Like,
big or go home.
we didn't do this shit. We didn't suffer for years and like lose money to fucking come out and be like, I'm a thousandaire. You know?
Yeah.
No.
Ah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I really believe in us. I believe in our strategy. I think we have a strategy to win consistently, and we take people's money. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but people act very irrationally and emotional,
Yeah.
and like there's no place for that shit here. Like I'll be your best friend, but when we're on an exchange together, like not everybody
When
can
we're
win.
logging into Binance, it's a free for all.
Not
dude,
everybody
like-
can win. I want everybody to win. Every time I sell a crypto to somebody, I want that crypto to go up so they can make money too. But
Right.
you know, not everybody.
But
can.
that's not like, yeah, with every time with someone making money on crypto, there's somebody losing, right? It's
not
kind of like a
necessarily-
fundamental law.
Not necessarily.
With
Like
day trading, though, like it's kind of got to be. I feel like not all day traders can win.
no. And
Right, exactly.
you know,
And they
Especially
don't.
options. When you sell it, someone's buying it. So
Do you ever hold options overnight? Do you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I do. There's sometimes options that I have for a few weeks. I mean, preferably, I love to get in and get out when I can, but sometimes it doesn't hit like you think, and they expire.
Hey,
Hey, hold on now. Not
Yeah.
just that was a sexual joke I
Yeah.
was trying to make. But
Thanks, I didn't get it at first.
no, I love this shit though. I mean, we're in a super cycle for crypto. Everyone can make a lot of money, but you gotta have, and you gotta not be emotional. Like, pick up your phone. Do you have your phone with you, Doug?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Look at what Telcoin's doing right now. And you were gonna
Okay.
sell this about a couple hours ago, right?
Yep, I was.
What's it doing since you said you
It's
were gonna
it's
sell
fucking
it?
like doubled.
And
Oh,
what
wait,
did I
It
tell
doubled
you?
from what
Hey,
it was a
hey,
little bit ago.
Talk to me.
You know, Telcoin is
Talk
like
to me, baby.
Telcoin is like the Venmo of the world. So
Yep.
essentially, you can
It's
send,
really cool.
You can send payments across border, and you do it by text message, like an SMS text through their app. So it's really fucking slick. But they've suspended downloads outside of their like initial target market, which is remittances from Canada to the Philippines. But people send money in Canadian dollars through their application. It spits out in Philippine currency because that's a huge like people send money back home.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, absolutely.
And
Like-
they pay 1.5% right now. Western Union 7%, but they also have their cryptocurrency, which is Telcoin, which is also something you can send back and forth through this application. It's very sleek. I have it downloaded, but most people in America can't download it right now.
Unfortunately. But like think of all the people that are living in America right now that are sending money back to their country. Like
A
back to
lot.
their family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot. I know I'm working with some of them right now. The kitchen manager sends money back to his family out in Mexico. I'm not even
Absolutely.
kidding. Like so there's like that fundamental use of it, and I see how popular Venmo is, right? With how popular Venmo is, and then Telecoin trying to take that and apply it to like a bigger worldwide thing, it's like there's no way it doesn't succeed.
No, yeah, and they've gone through a lot of regulations. They're applying for a bank charter in Nebraska. They're based out of Singapore, but they have key strategic players all over the world. I mean, if you look at their LinkedIn, like this is going to be a Fortune 500 company without question. My initial investment of this was $2,800, and like I don't even want to say what it's worth today, but it's worth a lot more than that.
Yeah, I think I put like $2,000 into it when you first got me into it. Like I put like 2G. So I want to fucking dump more into it, though, eventually. Like, but going to back to having a plan, because Wade, like I talked to him, I was like, hey man, I'm thinking about selling. Like selling some of this Telcoin right now because it was blowing up like just like all day today. He's like, just hold on to it for a little bit. He's like, we'll talk more when I get there tonight. But that was part of my plan and like learning to start to take profits. Like I looked on my phone, I was like, okay, my $2,000 is at $4,500 right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I was like, in like a couple fucking days. Right. I was like, I feel like I should fucking take this and leave some in there. You know what I mean? Kind of like getting some exercises and reps and be like, not being too greedy. Let me take this profit. Right. I'll leave this in here, scaling in and out as Wade was talking about earlier.
Well, I remember the first time I made $1,000, right? I was in bed and I woke up and and I looked and I was like, fuck. And at first, my first thought is like, is this real life? Like this is a fucking thing that I press a few buttons and I have $1,000. And then I felt like I was rolling. Like, whoa. Yeah. Like that feeling of it was like addicting.
Euphoric.
It felt euphoric. And it was like, why the fuck are people working for $10 an hour when you can lay comfortably? But there's a lot of risk to it as well. From that feeling of making that much money, it makes it very hard then to cash out when you're at, it's like, I don't want to make, when I make a few thousand, it's like, I don't want to make $200 fucking dollars. Then you become a kind of brat about it. And I learned where I started being like not wanting to cash out because I wanted it to get to that certain point. Like with Apple, there was a time I was up 980 and I want to get to 1,000 and I didn't cash out and then it ended up dropping and dropping and dropping. I'm like, oh, I'll come back, and it didn't. And I ended up losing 700. Yeah. So it's that first time trader. You know what I'm talking about. That's the first time you see that.
I made every mistake in the book. Yeah. That's why I'm so glad like people like Doug and like some of my close friends who I've made these mistakes. So it's like don't make the mistakes I made, and I can. Not like I'm giving advice to anyone. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. Yeah. But everyone's portfolio is different. Like I have a very high risk tolerance. I've taken a lot of losses, so they don't affect me as much, both mentally or like I can also take a pretty decent financial loss and I don't even feel that shit. Right. But like building your portfolio up, it's important to keep your fucking hands up is the best way I could put it. Like time in the game beats timing the game. Like stay in the fucking game. And that's the most important thing. Don't blow your account up. And when I say don't blow it up, I mean don't go broke. People get liquidated every day in this shit. It's a sad story. But know the rules of the game. You're not playing this game that you think you're playing. Everyone thinks they're winning in crypto right now. Until you walk away from this shit, you haven't.
Yeah.
One thing also is that someone told me with options is only do with options money that you're willing to. Okay. If you're okay, be like, you know what, I'm okay. Like I'll still be able to pay my rent. I'll still be able to have food this month if I put $1,000 into this.
Go into it expecting to lose almost.
Right. It's not going to be
it's a gamble.
Right. But if you have it where if you lose this, you're not going to pay your rent or pay this or that. You can't do it. You have to go in and be okay with willing to lose that money.
No one should be playing with money that is like bill money. I've made that mistake. That puts that puts so much pressure on your life.
Yeah. Oh, staring at the fucking phone, watching it.
Your blood pressure is high.
Fucking death, dude.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, I'm fucking like I'm overexposed right now. I'll say I'm still overexposed because I was digging my way out of a fucking hole. Like I should be taking probably more. I've taken a good amount of money off the table in 2021, but I'm still like, I'm trying to get to that fuck you money where I don't give a fuck if I lose my whole portfolio.
Well, you got fucking multiple yachts and shit.
Now we talking.
No, that shit matters, but it doesn't either. You know, because like you learn a lot about what you need and don't need when you lose almost everything. Like, fuck, like I still got a fly girl when I was broke.
For sure. Yeah.
Did I really need that?
You realized you were still happy when you were broke too.
Like, I'm still fucking doing my thing. You know, like if anything, it discipline me. Like shit, I can't go out and have that steak dinner tonight, you know. I can't go out and pop bottles with my boys. Right. I gotta go to the gym, gotta go fucking do some other shit.
Gotta do this.
And like just more healthy habits and like what really matters. And like it sounds like cliche, but it's true. This shit doesn't matter. Like being able to like move freely and have financial freedom to me matters, but to some people they don't care. You know, it's all about what you want, building that investment portfolio that reflects the lifestyle that you want to live, right? Yeah. So if it's too risky for you where it's keeping you up at night, you're doing too much. You know, if you're a person who can't handle risk, you shouldn't invest. You just be happy at your 9 to 5, and some people are very happy doing that. That's a good life if you're happy with it, you know?
That's why I like having the investor like mindset to it, because I'm like complaining like, man, every time I dump money into there, I don't plan on taking it out for like another couple years or something, you know? But that makes me able to sleep at night, lets me focus on school, lets me focus on work, lets me, focus on my girl, lets me focus on every area of my life because I can just throw money in there and forget about it.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
let time do the work for you, right?
Yeah. And obviously, I'll look at it in certain ways. I know I'll be talking away about it, be like, yo, now it's time to take shit out. I'm like, okay, I'll take shit out now. But I'm not stressing about trying to find this, okay, I'm going to dump 20 grand into fucking Dogecoin. You know what I mean? And then wait for it to blow up and then take it out right away.
Yeah.
Expecting to try and get that high risk, high reward
It's different
play.
strokes for different folks,
Hold
man.
on. Why'd you say Dogecoin? Why you know that maybe one of us here hopped on the hype train?
Oh, no, it's okay.
Hold on,
Well,
hold on.
actually, well, I got a couple of things to say.
Is it going good?
Well, no, I got a couple of things to say
She's
about
like,
Doge.
well, fuck.
I'm done hopping on that motherfucking hype train.
They need a cat coin. Is there a cat one?
I'm sure there's like 5,000 coins.
Yeah.
Bro.
I didn't put
We
a lot
get
into
Doug
it,
Laugh
but
coin.
I totally, as I see that, are you guys ever part of Stock Twits?
I have not, personally.
Have you heard about it?
No. Stock Twits or Stock
What?
Twins?
No.
Hold on, I have to correct. Stock Twits is basically like a Twitter, but it's for stocks, and it shows when things are trending, and you click on a stock, and everyone on there puts their comments. Where obviously not everyone is right.
Oh, okay.
But then it shows people's opinions on things.
Yeah.
It's something that I really like, and that's how I saw Dogecoin. All of a sudden it was going up, and it was trending.
Yeah.
All these people were talking about it.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Yeah. A lot of people hate Elon Musk, actually. In this Discord that I follow, this crypto Discord, they do not like Elon Musk very much. But no, I was bringing up Dogecoin, and this is a topic I want to talk to both you guys about. So it's looking like we're going to get another round of $1,400 stimulus checks here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A lot of that is going
Shows
to be
what's
getting
trending.
dumped into cryptocurrency, I think. I was actually I was thinking about putting maybe like $500 or $1,000 into Dogecoin because I know it's trendy, it's popular.
Buy that
We're
shit.
getting a big round of stimulus checks here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I might throw like $1,000 in there and see if when those stimulus hits, it just fucking blows up.
I would do it. I mean, I don't own any Dogecoin, but there ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
and if you look at his chart now, it looks better than it ever has in its whole life. It actually has some sort of structure.
Some stability. It
Yeah,
looks like.
I
It
mean-
looks like it's been hovering on like 5 cents for a while because I have been keeping my eye on it.
If you watch it historically, though, it's like an EKG. It's like do. But now
literally
it actually,
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
But now it's
Look
like
at it.
it actually has a little bit of structure. Like I wouldn't.
I'll show you.
I think it's a cool thing to invest in. It's good for newbies to invest in.
Yeah.
It's popular.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Elon Musk tweets about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a
Yeah,
doggy
exactly,
on it.
yeah.
Who doesn't love doggies?
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
No, yeah, it's cool.
But do you think, what do you guys think for, with the second round of stimulus checks? What other coins could possibly blow up? Is it going to even do anything to cryptocurrency at all? Because I'm still on unemployment, and I've been fucking dumping my shit into there. Every check that I get.
You're smart. for
I
doing
do that too. Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing too is I actually am like, you know what? I want to throw some money into Bitcoin before this happens because Bitcoin's the big one that everyone talks about because it's probably going to blow the fuck up when everyone gets their stimulus. So I want to buy some now before. This is a question that I want to ask you as well. How do you read the charts or what's for so long?
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 indicators that I watch closely. I'll talk to you about that. But yeah, there's just a few. Basically, I've got it down to a very simple science now. The more lines and shit that you draw, essentially, when you start putting lines on a chart, you're creating a bias. So I try to keep lines off the chart, and I use oscillators, they call them. So things that don't go over the chart, but hover under them. One of them would be like an RSI, if you're familiar with that. But indicators that actually don't lie over the price. So like moving averages and fucking Bollinger Bands and all that shit. I use a different strategy. It's been effective for me. It's one I learned from a class that I took. It was like $3,000 from Guru, but I find that effective for what we're doing.
Yeah. I've been thinking about taking some crypto classes, actually, other than just watching YouTube videos and shit.
I watch them too.
You know what I mean? Not that I'm not trying to knock YouTube videos. There's a
No.
lot you can fucking learn from them out
Fuck
there. A
yeah.
lot of people have some great things to say.
Yeah,
but
for sure, no doubt.
Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
No, you go for it.
But so with that, with what he mentioned about the crypto,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the best way for us to try to see, okay, what is going to be the best thing for when people do the stimulus?
I think it's difficult at the time that
Yeah.
from an investor point of view, I would say the best thing to do is pick projects that have everyday use. I mean, that you can see people play with at their fucking fingertips. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it for like long term. What type of team is in place? And then what is the user? How do they grow their user base? Just fundamentals more than technicals. Like what is fundamentally sound? And I've been doing this for a while, so I've been part of like getting my money fucking going to zero on a bunch of projects. But that's it. You know, like you're fishing, and all you need is one to bite. That's it.
Yep.
In crypto, all you need is one big win, and you're fucking set for life.
Mark Cuban has a great saying. He goes, "You only have to be right one time."
Exactly.
I've been wrong.
I've been wrong a
I love that
1,000
saying,
times.
dude.
It's true.
You only gotta be right once,
dude. You hit it.
You can be
once.
1 in 1,000, dude. Like,
And I had that last bull cycle for crypto. I was right a couple times, like fucking really right. Right place, right time. But I got high. I was fucking too early to the party. Like shit was fucking crazy back in 2017. Like I was in pharmaceutical sales too. And like I'd be walking around fucking my boss is like, "Are you doing anything?" And I'm just sitting there like trading crypto at my cubicle and shit.
Just not even working.
No.
So
I was like,
wait.
No, I quit my fucking job. I had a pharmaceutical sales job. Like that's a pretty sought after profession.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It sounds like a big boy job.
Yeah, it felt good. But I was making street pharmacist money, so I'm like, fuck it, I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, in retrospect, I wish I would have done a lot of things differently. But that's how you learn, man. Like you learn from your scars, your bruises. Like no one can tell you some shit. Like sometimes you just gotta go through it, you know. And that's unfortunate, but you learn the most through loss. And
You really do.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
What's the biggest ROI you've?
I'm in it right now.
What is what you say ROI?
Oh, so ROI, so it's
Yeah.
return on investment. So like,
Okay.
it's like saying like, if I put $200 in and I made 10 grand off of 200, so the
Yeah.
biggest like return on investment.
Yeah. Well, one in 2017, we turned $6,000 into 180.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I'm in the middle of one right now where I'll tell you at the end of this year of
damn.
about one that I'm in right now. But Doug kind of
Oh,
knows the numbers.
that melts my
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in the middle of one right now that'll make that look fucking tiny.
I just can't believe for me how quick it's blown up. I bought in December. I bought an Ethereum for $600 and $700.
Yeah.
It's crazy. In December,
1,800.
when I first got into it, 4 months ago. Now, ever since then, like once it got past 1,000, it hasn't fucking looked back, dude.
Really?
Like just
What's it
that
now?
alone for me in the investment, I'm just like,
it's
holy
at
shit.
18 and change.
Yeah, I'm just like, holy
What?
shit,
Hold
dude.
on.
Like.
So you got it at 700.
I got a few of them. Yeah, I actually bought a few. Like I'm talking about my first purchase ever. I bought an Ethereum for $600, and then I bought another one for $700, and then I bought a third one at like $9.95, like right before it hit 1,000.
money, bro.
And this was just 4 months ago.
Anyone
so
who
I'm
uses-
looking at it like I can't even believe it's that high.
Anyone
already.
who uses any DeFi, which like I fucking use DeFi every day, like you know how much fees you pay in Ethereum. You're like, holy shit, this is just a cash cow. Like
Yeah.
the Ethereum network just rakes in money for all the miners. It's nuts. Yeah, but those are good buys. Those are gonna be good buys forever. Ethereum's gonna go to like $10,000
one day. Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably by 2022 for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's just a 5x from here. Shit, I'll fucking piss a 5x in crypto. That ain't shit. You know what I mean? In retrospect, like look at some of the shit that we've gotten into already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 4,500%. Nothing. Give me 20,000. Motherfuckers are like, oh my god, I doubled my money in Bitcoin. I'm like, cool, man.
Yeah. Like, cool story, bro.
No, but no, but that's no, but that's good.
Yeah.
You know, and I've taken L's and like.
Well,
being-
that's why I've never bought Bitcoin because there isn't much of return for it right now.
There's hella
Like,
return for it.
is
though.
it, though?
For normal people, that's
Yeah.
so much money. Plus, it was
It's
at
the safest.
it was at $3,000 in March of 2020.
That's crazy.
It's
dude.
20x since then.
Yeah.
So like, I'll throw some respect on that because that's true. You should always be holding some Bitcoin.
And it's not. And okay, when it hit 20 grand this year, that was its all-time high. Like at the time, that was the first time it
Previous.
hitting 20. Like that was this 2021 was the first time it hit 20K.
It hit 20K briefly in 2017, at the end of 2017, beginning of, or like 19.8 or like right there.
Okay, it was like right next to 20K. But then it kind of crashed after that, right?
Yeah, that's when Wade was suicidal.
Really?
That's when Wade was
Bring out
fucking.
the third person.
That's when
Right.
Wade was giving hand jobs in the bathroom.
Oh,
no.
Got these cheeseburgers here, man.
Well, if it's other people's money too, that would have been really.
Yeah, but they've all gotten paid. I fucking worked 3 jobs and paid my loans. I didn't default on anything. My credit score is fucking 800. I'll fucking.
That's a better credit score than I have. I don't think I got one.
No,
Yeah,
and,
me either.
and like straight up though, these are my people, you
Yeah.
know, and like I still take care of them. And now my business pays its own bills and pays my bills and other bills and shit. It's all good now.
Yeah.
But like I did the right thing, you know. Instead of selling off the rest of my portfolio and going into fucking bankruptcy, I just worked my way out of it.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you a cheers again. 'Cause
You gotta
deserve
keep
it.
going, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fucking
Cheers.
awesome.
All right,
Appreciate
cheers
it.
for you too.
Cheers, cheers.
What's crazy? I saw this meme that talked about, or not a meme, but like a quote that in I think it was 2010. Maybe we have to fact check, but that it was like Bitcoin was like $1, like 10.
Yeah,
It was.
it was. Yeah, when it first came out. Well, it's
Like
funny.
think about that. I want to find that. I want to find something
Yeah.
that I can get for $10 and buy a bunch of it and then have it turned to
Well, here's a good.
50,000.
Yeah, well, here's a good
Right.
segue I can think, because we're getting into Telcoin right now, and this is a question I've been wanting to ask you about Telcoin. So Telcoin's blowing the fuck up right now, but currently you can only buy it with Bitcoin and Ethereum through trading, right? So I was wondering, it's like, while it's on that, that spot trading market, will there ever be a day where you can just buy Telcoin for cash?
Oh yeah, you'll be able
Okay.
to do that through their application in V3. So we're on version 2 of their application, but V3, you'll be able to buy with fiat, and then you'll also be able to essentially participate in DeFi exchanges right through their application.
And then it could potentially then buy Telcoin on Binance, on Coinbase, and stuff like that, or those further steps that they have to take to get on those applications.
No, they're not opposed to being on those, but they're also like the fees. They don't like the fees that their users pay, so they're not like
Okay.
jockeying fucking Binance or Coinbase to get on that shit. They're like, come and talk to us,
Yeah.
if you want to talk to us. But they know what they have, bro.
For sure.
Every time they open a new remittance corridor, like their Philippines one that they just opened, that's 33 million unique users just in that market. So imagine what happens when they open additional remittance corridors. Like anyone who downloads that application is going to have their hands on Telcoin.
Yeah.
So I look at that and I'm like, damn, like I'm just sitting back like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't care. Like I already know. All I'm waiting for is to cash my check at this
Right.
point. Anything can happen, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But like their team is so rock
But they got a
solid.
fundamental use too.
They have
Gypsy will show you how to get some Telcoin.
they have
hereafter.
fucking senators in their pocket that are introducing like novel bills on their behalf. And like you look at the connections and the forward thinking by some of this legislation, I'm like, I'm cool with where it's at, and I'm just trying to enjoy the ride. Like,
Yeah.
it's all good. Like, fuck, I just feel lucky. Like, you don't get that many chances in life
Right.
to be like, I just took this and made it into that, and God, I'm a lucky guy.
Me too. I feel like I'm lucky just
deserve it,
because I know
though.
you. I would not know what to buy Telcoin, how to buy it, or anything if it wasn't for
It
this
takes
guy
a little bit of
next to you.
crypto skill to even get into it.
Yeah, no, it does. You have to be like cryptocurrency. You have to be kind of tech savvy to get into it, and I think that's why a lot of people aren't into it right away.
My
Like,
boy-
honestly,
my boy
like,
got
I'm about
jacked.
to be. You about to be my friend.
Yeah, what did
Yeah.
I tell you? I'm everybody's
Teach
friend.
me.
Yep.
My boy got jacked for 12 grand today. Some crypto shit.
Like
How do you
when you
like- how do you
like
get
when you
jacked?
mean jacked, yeah.
So,
When I
like-
think
say
jacked,
that.
I think of like a guy with a ski mask and a gun. Like,
Yeah, but imagine that, but it's a little nerd going like this.
No,
Pretty
for
much the
sure.
same thing.
Like, yeah, it is
Stop
though. Like
it.
you gotta.
How the fuck does that happen?
You gotta be fucking careful with
he
this
got,
shit.
he
I
got
almost fell for
he
a
got in on
scam.
a phishing scam. Like, and he, so you know when you set up your ledger, for example.
Yep.
You put in your private key, your private phrase, and that's something you lock away and you never fucking reveal to anybody.
Yeah.
Somebody asked him for his private keys because he was trying to get through something where he had some funds that he was trying to get to, and he gave it to him, and they emptied his
Wow.
account with a script, so it emptied it like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like they
It's
already
like
had
the second he hits
Yeah.
enter, it's gone.
all your shit, all your funds are moving.
That's that tech savvy shit that I'm talking about, dude.
What-
And like, there's a sucker born every minute. We've talked about like just being naive people going in on the internet. Like I've learned, I almost fell. I'm kind of embarrassed about this. I almost fell for it, but like I have fallen for online scams in the past, and that's why I knew better. But and this one was pretty good. I was on YouTube, and then on like my feed there was a live stream going, and I can't remember his name, but it was the inventor of Ethereum, because I've watched Vitalik.
Yeah.
Yep, Vitalik. Because I've watched his shit before. The way this scam was set up, they had a live stream of like some previous recording of Vitalik. Have you seen these before?
No, but it's already funny though.
Yeah, so they had like a live stream going of Vitalik, the creator of Ethereum, talking, like just doing a podcast, what we're doing now, talking about crypto, talking about Ethereum or whatever. And in this podcast, it was like, this is Vitalik, blah, 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 the creator of Ethereum. He's like, in order to boost Ethereum, he's trying to double everyone's Ethereum, right? So basically, it was like, send your Ethereum to this address. And like they had it, and then you instantly get back double. And I'm just there thinking, like, I'm watching it, right? But at the same time, I'm like,
people be falling for that. That's why they do it. People be falling for that.
This is too good to be true.
Right.
Like, there's no fucking way. Like, there's
no one's trying to give you money in crypto.
Yeah, I looked at my phone and I was like, Ethereum. I was like, Ethereum's worth $1,600. You're telling me if I own 100 Ethereums, you're gonna give me 200 Ethereums back? I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, it happens.
But it was
day.
like, I will admit, it was a slick scam. Like, it was on YouTube too, like a mainstream platform.
Yeah.
It was.
They
look good.
My boy got for $12,000 today, and he's like wants to throw up, and I'm like, hey man, like I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you know, but I was
like,
use whatever forum you have to broadcast that, even though you're very embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen to other people.
One thing I want to ask too, with because I'm and I'm so happy that I met you guys. To learn more.
Samesies.
Yeah.
But they're about the guy that had like a crazy amount. I forgot how many 100 million, but he can't get his password and he can't get into that. How do the crypto people not be able to get into that? It's a weird concept for my mind to grasp. Can you explain that? Like, how do they not break into that?
Yeah, he has a private key that's unique to him whenever you create some type of wallet. So any type of wallet that you create, you write down your private passphrase, which you just did this with your ledger.
Yep.
And then you store that in multiple different places, what you should be. Like, you should have some in a safe somewhere. You should have some fucking buried somewhere. So
maybe
what
give
happened,
one to your parents.
Yeah, what
honestly.
happened to that guy? I don't even like to talk about shit because I'm fucking paranoid about that.
Yeah.
Because it's not some guy coming up to rob you. It's what I just said it was. It's some guy that you'll never see that's writing a fucking script to take your fucking money. But there's a bunch of fail safes in place if you just do the right thing and think about what you're doing. People make mistakes in crypto because they act hurriedly, because they act on emotion, because they think they need to do something quickly. It's like, is this a dumb thing to be doing?
They get impatient, like I was off stream.
Yeah. Is this a dumb thing to be doing? Always ask yourself that question.
Yeah.
And most of the time people will be okay in crypto because you're gonna trade on an exchange, you're gonna buy something on Binance or whatever, and then you're gonna end up selling it later. And nothing's very risky about that, right? You should still take it off the exchange and put it in your own wallet. But very little moves there. Like, we're in like heavy DeFi shit that's like way more vulnerable. So whatever you're doing, just know what you're doing or ask a professional. There's no fucking insurance in this shit.
And if it's too good to be true, dude, it is. Like,
it is.
And I just want to say this too, because I'm having a great start to the year. I'm having a great couple months. But anything can happen in crypto. Shit, I could be broke tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, and I recognize that. And I want everyone to recognize that is as sunny as it is today, it can be a fucking crazy ass hurricane.
And that's why I'm trying to get better at taking profits. Because like a couple weeks ago, when the fucking market was crashing, I was still up overall. I think just from last week in the market, I was up about right around 1,800 to $2,000 profit. Now I'm looking at up to 8 G's from total investments, But that's just in a week though. To see how much it fucking fluctuates, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but then
really imagine if you got hundreds of thousands of dollars into it. Mine, that's little dick money. Some people that's millions. It's fluctuating.
That's the biggest thing that I learned, and I'm this concept, and I use this in other areas of life too. That whether it hits or it doesn't, I will be okay.
Yeah.
I still have a place to live. I still have food on my table. I still and when you grasp that concept of whichever way it goes, that you will be okay, you're much happier as a person.
Yeah.
Rather than having it not go a certain way and the whole world is gray and foggy.
Yeah,
and
you can't
wanna
pay your
die.
rent. You're not eating dinner that night.
say-
You're
tell yourself it's
fucking
okay
not buying
regardless.
any of your kids' Christmas presents.
Yeah, it's if I hit it or if I don't, we'll still be okay. If this great thing happens or if it doesn't, I'll still be okay. And just telling yourself that.
And I think everyone should be into some type of investing. Like, I got a small inheritance from when my grandma passed away. And I was like literally, up until I got into cryptocurrency, I was just using it for go to school. I took a couple vacations with it, you know what I mean? I splurged a little bit. But other than that, I was just like, I'm going to use this money for go to school, and then I'm going to use it as like a payment on a house one day. But anyway, my grandma passed away a few years ago, and I'm like, that money's just sitting in the bank. So if anyone is in that like position of me where like you're lucky enough where you were raised in a good family and like they actually had savings put away for their grandkids or whatever, and when like that sad day comes and they pass away and they leave you something, like and don't just let it sit in the bank forever. Like there's smart investments that you can do with it to turn that money into more money. You don't have to like fucking go all in on a GameStop fucking hedge fund. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to do those 1 in a million type risks. Like do something with it.
There's this book that is this book, you guys have probably heard of it, called Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yep, my buddy's been trying to get me to read that book forever.
It's a great book.
Yeah, have you read it? I'll probably listen to
I read
it
it
Audible.
years ago.
The main concept though is about how parents that are wealthy, they teach their kids to have money make money for you, right? Where people that grow up without money, they work their 9 to 5 and that's just life and living paycheck to paycheck, and they don't realize to take money. When I was 19 years old, I was in a car accident and I got $100,000 and I just
hit the Mall of America.
I got a boob job.
Yeah.
I got a boob job. drinks are on me.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's on me. And
That's
I
a lot of
spent it within a
responsibility
year.
that young too.
Yeah.
And I now looking back, I'm like, I could have turned that into a fucking $1 million.
Yeah.
Like if I would have known about investing.
Dumped it all into Bitcoin.
Oh man.
Yeah,
fuck,
like
dude.
it just.
God
The
damn.
$10, but it's like it's and
You're
I
not
feel
thinking
like.
about that
Yeah.
at the time though.
But it's crazy too because there's a lot of people that don't know about trading, but then there's also 16 and 17-year-olds that are making thousands and thousands of dollars a week or hundreds of thousands of dollars at 16 or 17 years old. And I think more people need to realize that this is a thing, that you can make your money make money for you. Because now that I've learned about trading, I could never go back. I want my money to be constantly making money for me. And if there's a little risk involved, that's fine. What's the alternative?
Right.
To just have it just sit there and be stagnant?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
It's actually going down.
Fuck
The value of the US dollar is actually going down.
It is.
So, like,
no one wants that shit.
Like,
When you see all these other cryptos performing that much better against the dollar, it just shows you where people are putting their money. Why is it performing better against the dollar? It's because people are selling dollars to buy cryptos or to buy stocks, buy equities, buy bonds, blah, blah, blah. Not really bonds, but high performing things. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like when we're printing $1.9 trillion and
Fuck.
the market cap of Bitcoin by itself is only 1 trillion. It's like we just created $2 trillion, but the Bitcoin market cap is 1 trillion. Just the Bitcoin, not the whole crypto market cap, which is almost 2. But that's amazing to think about it. Like it's actually a very small market cap still.
It is.
You know? There's a lot of investment vehicles that are yet to come in and a lot of institutions. That's where I think it's a huge bullish case, but I try to like when I'm talking about it, I try not to inject too much hopium. Still be level
like that. Hopium.
Still be level-headed, right? Like just like anything can still happen. There's black swan events. Some country could fucking nuke bomb another one, and then everything goes to shit. You know, like, anything can happen.
It's weird you think about that. Like,
Yeah.
Well, what if we do go to war? You know what I mean? Someone bombed and like it just completely wipes all the crypto, the databases.
Well, anything. I guess my point is
know.
just anything can happen, right? So just be measured. Hopefully you get to the point where you can have a nice balanced portfolio where if one thing goes to shit, it's not all your money.
Yeah, and cryptocurrency is fun. And like by short and fun, I want to get into a little bit because we're going like a little bit over an hour here. So
Okay.
like we're getting close to at least.
Okay.
Actually, we got like 20, 30 minutes left. But I want to talk about this thing we got put up on screen here first before we get
Thank
into
you.
anything. Like, yeah, before it's too late here. And shit like this to me is brand new, but is also why I think cryptocurrency is so fucking cool because they have things like this on there. So wait, like I still don't know what this is. All I know it's Pikachu, it's a Pokemon card, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I want
So
it.
this is an NFT, so a non-fungible token. So essentially, this artist made this graphic image, but not graphic.
I'll
image,
zoom on
this
it for
graphic
you guys.
design, and he minted 20 of these, and all 20 of these have a unique spot on the Ethereum blockchain. So people could be like, whoa, well, that's a JPEG. Like, I could fucking have that for free. No, it's not the same. And what you can do with these is you can leverage against them. You can flip them. You can sell them, hold them. And like I said, you can loan against them. So there's a lot of power. It's not just artwork. It's is what I'm trying to get at. It has a special spot on the fucking blockchain. And this just happens to be cool artwork. Because, like, Pokemon's cool. Like, I don't know. It's fun. And it's got the...
I got fucking Pokemon tats. Let's go.
It's got the Ethereum logo in there, too. And kind of like a throwback 90s style, vintage style. I just like the artwork. And I like the artist. So... One of these NFTs today sold for $60 million in like
What
5
the
minutes.
fuck?
Yeah.
This is still like
Yeah.
reading Chinese, but
Right.
I'll
No,
get
yeah.
there. I'll get there.
Right, no, well,
It's
this is
still
brand
really
new to me.
confusing, but
I literally-
I'll get
This is
there.
digital collection.
Yeah, when he
It's
emailed
just-
this to me,
yeah.
this is my first time finding out about it. And like I
So-
said, this is like, to me, I was like, wow, cryptocurrency just got even cooler.
Yeah,
Because,
it's dope.
like, there's not shit like, I can't get a Pikachu card in the stock market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But they have
I don't know,
if
it's
you go to
neat.
like NBA Top Shot,
Yeah, let's look at other ones on here.
You can
Wait.
fucking buy like packs of NBA cards just like
So
that.
what are you? But okay, so when you have it, is it so you just buy so you can have it to have on your phone, or
Rude boys.
versus looking at
Hey.
it? I'm
No,
trying to understand.
You can buy it and keep it in like your portfolio, whatever. It's essentially linked to your Ethereum wallet.
Yeah, so I can buy this and keep it in my ledger.
Yeah, and keep it in your Ethereum wallet or
Yep.
transfer it over. And then whenever you want to, you can go to Rarible, which is what we're on right now, or OpenSea is another exchange, and you can list that for more than what you bought it for if another collector
Yeah.
wants to buy that
so
from
say
you.
Because
someone
it's
loves
unique.
Pokemon and
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
a lot of money.
That's why I bought it,
That's
because
why-
people love Pokemon.
Yeah, and it's blown the fuck up right now.
So like what? So how much is that in like you?
Yeah, so the one that I just bought was like $400.
Or like that one twerking?
Oh.
Yeah, so look at that. The price of
Oh,
this one.
she's sexy. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3.5 Ethereum. This one's over $6,000.
yeah, it's crazy, right?
You know someone out there like that shit.
Like, it's crazy to think like a graphics, yeah,
But
a
imagine,
Yeah,
graphics
no,
design.
get it.
Imagine just you're basically printing money, right? If you have the skills to create some really cool art that can be put on the blockchain.
that is a crack up. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Fuck, dude, that makes me want to get into graphic designing. I'm just gonna
Me
fucking
too. I thought about
create,
it. I'm like,
I'm just gonna
what?
create fucking Pokemon cards.
yeah.
Sexy
Put 'em on
Pokemon?
there, yeah.
No, and there's like some really cool art. Like I said, we flipped one. We bought it for 0.01 Ethereum. We sold it for 1.2 Ethereum. It's a true 12,000% gain. And like,
That's awesome.
yeah. And I was like, damn, we should have bought more from this artist.
12,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
120x.
And I'm sure there's artists that like have like those big. There's, let's see, I saw it right. Top sellers in a day.
So I wanna ask you, how do you like these? Right, it's Rarible.com. How do you find out about all these new?
Oh, this one's cool.
All these things that happen.
I think I'm plugged in with a bunch of the right people on like Twitter and shit like that. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
dope.
this
wow.
dude just running. And this guy's he's on the blockchain when you buy him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that image is tied to
That
space on the blockchain.
So you
Okay.
have. So can you pull up it's a wallet? You own any?
Yeah, but my wallet is on my desktop. I don't keep
No,
shit
yeah.
on my cell phone.
Okay, that's another thing. Keep it on your desktop. You don't keep phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all my stuff's like protected by my ledger, essentially.
yeah, which I just got.
Yeah, which is like a
Actually, too.
hardware wallet, so my
I'll sh-
private key is
yeah.
never exposed. So that's
I'll
a
show
good
you
thing.
mine after the stream too, so you can know what we're talking about. You'll probably buy one here after I show you mine and Wade talks about it to you. You'll be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
"Yep,
no,
I'm
I
getting one
so
of these."
for all the listeners that are, like I said, the only thing I have right now is my Bitcoin on my Cash App. But now I'm a believer, okay?
Right.
In this crypto, you guys have had amazing points, and I want to get started. What if someone wants to dive into this cryptocurrency? What is like the first step that you take?
I would say either get I mean, people always get Coinbase accounts, which I always hate on.
Yeah.
It's either Coinbase or Binance US
Yeah.
is the first way to start this.
But Binance takes a while right now. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to jump in right away, so as someone who just, like, is super newbie, who can maybe help the newbies answer the question, I got in the Coinbase Pro and Crypto.com. Those are my two main ones. Those are the ones that you can at least get into right away and start buying shit.
Yeah.
I did get into Binance with, like, probably just maybe 3 weeks after getting into crypto, but for me, it took almost a fucking month for my things to get approved. But they've been so backed up
That doesn't
lately.
work for
Because
me,
my
yeah.
buddy,
I'm not waiting no fucking month, especially with the stimulus coming out.
Right. No, exactly.
Hell
No, my
no.
buddy told me he got his Binance approved like 2-3 weeks. Mine took like over a month. I had to send him like a utility bill. So this is a lot more serious.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's KYC.
Why?
It's KYC. They gotta be like that with regulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have to in the United States. It's bullshit. I fucking
Yeah.
hate it. That's why I like DeFi, but DeFi is a whole other animal, and we don't have enough time to talk about that. But essentially, you don't need any KYC verification to do
Yeah.
that. But you still need your fiat on ramp. Like, you need to buy your Bitcoin or Ethereum, and that's what whets your appetite for the whole market. And then you start to figure out these other projects and their tokenomics and what makes them special, and like people's community, and then you're in their Discord chats, and then you're part of contributing to the community. It's really like a whole governance model where like every community operates by a different governance model with voting, and like
It's
you're
like a
part of that.
guild. Every coin is like a guild.
You're part
the
of
way I
that
see
too,
it.
and it's kind of cool,
Yeah, it's
you
cool.
know. But also, don't fuck that shit. At the end of the day, you're here to make money.
Yeah.
So like all
You know
that
what?
community shit, like it's dope, it's fun to talk about, it's lighthearted. Oh my god, I'm part of the community. Get that fucking paper.
Yeah.
You know what would be interesting? Do kind of like a science. So like I said, I only have Cash App. I'm going to download and
then get
other
Binance, too.
times, that I'll come and come and chat with you guys and give updates on what's happening with that. So this can be. So this is, like I said, what's today?
The 11th.
So today's March 11th.
Yeah. So we do these every
2021?
Thursday. If you want to be a part of the crypto pods, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, say less.
Just know that we will
Say
be
less.
here every Thursday
Yeah.
if you want to show
Absolutely.
up to it.
But don't you think that's something kind of like an experiment of someone that's never done
Yeah.
crypto before?
Yeah.
And then on the weekly be like, okay, I gained this or this happened or that, and kind of see what's happening with that. I think that's really fun.
Yeah,
Start
that'd be
from
really
a
cool.
complete newbie.
Yeah. And
Let's see how good you are. You can do it for yourself, but let's see how
no,
much
because
money
we
you
have
can
a
make me.
different
Let's see.
range of people, which is everyone. Because like I said, like I'm a newbie too, but I'm not a trader. You're like a newbie, but you're trying to get to wage level of trading.
Oh,
it
hell
seems
yeah.
But
like,
I
you
wouldn't
know,
even-
10 milli, okay?
I know. I still wouldn't even consider myself a trader though,
Really?
because no, I'm more of an investor. Like, I can read charts and shit, but this shit's so volatile that sometimes like you'll just see what whales do, and the whole game is for them to get all your coins. So like, it would be the smart thing for me to set a stop loss. So if this price goes to a certain point, I'll dump my shit, still be in profit. But whales know how to stop loss hunt, so then they'll take your coins and then run the price up again real quick. So there's a whole nother portion of the game of crypto that you have to be very like cognizant of. Like, you have to understand what this game is that you're playing before you can play it. It's I don't know. That's the way. That's the best way I can. I have my own understanding of what's happening, right?
Yeah.
And someone else may have a different understanding that works. It's like poker. Not everybody plays poker the same way, but you can have 10 different styles that are 10 effective styles.
Yeah.
And so you have to find a style that's suitable for your mentality. So
how about I'll start.
thanks for
really-
the TED Talk.
Yeah.
So like, how would if I start really small? If I start just like with $1,000, right? Just
Yep.
start really
It's
small,
like me.
and then see from 1,000, from your advice, what can do with that.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
see on a week,
Yeah. I mean, if you never touch your Bitcoin again, you'll probably be just fine too.
Right.
Honestly, that fucker's going to like 70 grand in a couple weeks, I would think. I made a couple predictions on this show, and they did come true.
Yeah.
But I'm not usually. But I don't like doing that. I'm not pontificating anything. Like,
He's looking to his crystal ball.
no, like, because I can't. I can't, and I don't want to give false hope to people either. Just, I don't know. I always know what you're doing. The best I can say.
I love how every YouTube video says, "I am not a financial
Right.
advisor,"
Yeah.
because people. I watched this guy Dead
Yeah.
Inside. Have you watched him at all?
No, not at the top of my head. No.
But he always makes videos, and he made one that and he's like, listen, I know everyone's pissed off with me. Everyone's so mad because he predicted something and it wasn't right. And like people get really mad about it. But that's, you know, at the end of the day,
it's not on him.
It's not exactly. You have to
we're taking chances.
do your own due diligence.
And
we're
that's
taking
why,
chances, you know.
Yeah, and that's why I'm lucky to have like a friend like Wade to talk to, other than some YouTuber, because YouTube, they just make clickbait shit. Yeah. Like every day I see a video like, this coin's blowing up.
And the voice in the hands. And the voice in the fucking hands.
That's what they look like.
Tell me it's not.
And then they'll have like
the voice in the fucking hands.
Then they have like a really catchy thumbnail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of all the coins on there, like it's blowing up.
Cheesy font.
Yeah.
Super cheesy font with like emojis.
Yeah, and just all the suckers click on it, and this guy he doesn't really say anything.
Maybe one of them.
He doesn't say anything at all. Like when if you actually listen to it, he doesn't say a damn fucking thing. And all these suckers just buy his coin, and then he ends up probably being. I don't know.
At least I'm in the position now where it's like, yeah, I tell people what I'm doing, but I'm not giving. I'll be like, here's what I'm doing. You know, like. If you want to know what I'm doing, here's what I'm up to. Yeah. And at least everyone I've told that to is in immense fucking profit right now. And that makes me feel so good. So even if you lose your shit, you can't say that you weren't at least at one time in immense fucking profit.
You can't say it's my fault.
My friend.
Hey. No, but that makes me feel good. You know, like, I love that. I love to hear stories about wins, you know. I've taken enough L's in this market for everybody else.
Well, that's the thing too about it. There isn't any trader out there that's never taken a loss. That's the thing, is you have to realize a part of this game you're going to fucking lose at some point. And like I said in the beginning, most people you hear from that even have made a lot of money in the beginning, that most people lose. Yeah. And a lot of times it's a lot.
Yeah, and like some I haven't even shared on this show, but like we were just coming into the bull market. The start of the bull market was in August. I had this business connect, and he's like, I've known him for 2 years, and like he projects himself to be this very like wealthy person. He's like, hey, do you want to be a part of brokering a fuel deal with me from Russia into the port of Houston, and we can rent tank space, and we'll broker 200 million gallons of D6 fuel from Russia to Houston. I went over the paperwork, went over the agreement with my lawyer, and like everything looked legit. The dude jacked me for $90,000 right at the beginning of a bull market. And like I haven't even shared this like with you or anybody.
What a piece of shit.
No, I know. And he put me in a very high risk situation, and like I'm fucking suing the guy, right? But then now it's just more legal fees, and who knows? I'm just get a judgment. Do you actually collect on that judgment? But like,
so you had a deal with this guy. Basically, it was like a shady deal, you know?
Yeah, no, he got me into a very high risk deal to use my capital.
Okay.
So if it went through, like he would be getting paid and I would be getting paid, but he didn't paint it as a risky deal to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't an investment opportunity. To me, it was pitched as an arrangement, right?
For sure.
And like I've watched the guy's social media. He's wined and dined me. I've seen him have, you know, fucking thousands and thousands of dollars in his pocket.
Yep.
I see what he drives. I know where he lives, blah, blah, blah. But I took a huge loss, you know, and it broke my spirit, dude. It really did. And I also brought other people in on that deal that I've made them a ton of money before, but like we all lost in this together. And it's just how
now you're taking action, though.
But how you take a loss is what defines you.
How do you stand? Are you going to stand back up?
Right.
You know?
And
exactly.
There was like a,
and that's just
like
a great rule of life. What you said, how you take a loss defines.
It was like
you.
a punch to the gut, you know, like
it's
I wanted
tattoo.
$90,000, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is you learn about yourself on such a deep psychological level, because there's points where you're like, I'm so fucking stupid.
Right.
But and like, why did I do that? Where you literally, there's probably points where you like want to fucking hate yourself because you're like, why did I do that? And but it causes so much growth. Like I've grown so much from being a trader, from having to accept that I've made stupid ass choices.
Yeah. Right.
And
and dealing with all your emotions, like I'm sure you were just like, how like much rage just consumed you.
A lot.
You know what I mean?
I can't give him
I
that
probably
power
imagine you
over
wanted to
me.
fucking kill the guy.
Thank you.
Like,
no, but it was more like. It's more like I want to.
Jail time ain't worth it.
I was mourning the loss of how much money that could be in a bull market too, because it's not like I just lost that. It's like I could have 20x that money by now.
Yeah.
I could have had 1.8 million off that. So when I look at it like that way, it hurts a lot. But like also he took advantage of me, and it's like it feels dirty. It feels like I just shopped at Walmart.
For sure.
Like, it's like
That's why I go to Target. That's why you go to Target.
Hell no.
like I just felt like it just
that's
felt
true.
fucking dirty. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
ugh, like you're gross, dude. You know?
Right.
Shopped at Walmart. I can't.
So like it's okay, like, but I'm here. I'm smiling. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I got through it. You know, would life be a little bit simpler if that didn't happen? Yeah, but
One thing I want to ask about that too is that's the thing with investment type stuff where people can, screw people over because they can say, oh, well, it didn't turn out, or like,
Right.
oh, it's a risky deal, it didn't
Right.
play out. So
But that's
there's
not
like
how it
wiggle
was-
room for people, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so
Yeah.
there's like wiggle room for people to, take advantage or do shady shit to take people's money with that. Like,
yeah. And I got, bro. And
Yeah.
this dude, he lives down in Puerto Rico, but he has a very public life, right? Like he's
Yeah.
not hiding from anything. But I have to be very careful about how I proceed too. I'm not going out slandering homie or anything. I'll just go take my legal recourse that I can. But fuck, man, I'm just saying the hits keep on coming. No matter how much more wealth you get, you're still
Yeah.
gonna take losses. and-
More money, more problems,
I know.
dude.
But you know what? If
hey,
I'm fucking-
It's true, dude. Like,
I'm swinging for the fucking fences, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna swing for the fences, and I believe that I know like my reasons for doing shit. It's not to drive like fucking Italian sports cars and shit,
Yeah.
which I would like to do too, but it's more to help everybody else, So that's what it comes down to. Out.
Way
no,
down
that's
to
what,
everyone.
that's why I'm like that too. Like obviously, I'm not one of the people that needs like 100 fancy handbags. I honestly like have a backpack. I like the freedom of it, being like, oh my god, let's go to Japan today,
Yeah.
or let's go here, or
Yeah.
go there, and not have to sit at a I haven't had a 9 to 5 job in a while. I bartended before, and now I do this, but. It's just the freedom of it.
Yeah.
The freedom of being able to live fucking life.
Yeah.
Being able to explore the world and do things and not
stress about money.
Right,
either.
and not having not live. And there's people that work a 9 to 5 and they go home and watch Netflix and they're happy with that.
Yeah.
That's not me. It like tortures my fucking soul to not be able to travel and do things.
Yeah.
And there just is certain people that are okay with it, and certain people that are not. And that's why this is a great way, because you can do crypto, you can do trading anywhere in the fucking world, and you don't have to be stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
For an adventurous spirit. That's
Right.
my big thing. And I like nice shit, but it's more so
sure.
having an adventurous
Yeah.
spirit and helping people.
Gary Vee
What about
has
you?
Gary Vee. Gary Vee has a great quote. He goes, "Get to the point where you can go out to when you go out to eat, you can get whatever you want and you don't have to worry about it."
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't go to fucking any restaurant I want. Like, I'm not going to Manny's and getting whatever I want to
Right.
eat. But to have that more so level of comfort, like, I don't want to go out and meet up my friends at a bar and be like, oh, like, and kind of just hang out and be
Right.
like kind of insecure
I'm
and
not
self-conscious
hungry,
with how
yeah.
much. Yeah, I'm not going to eat or, like, have my friends offer to buy drinks for me and shit like that, Like, so I just want to get to a level where I can go out to the restaurant and get whatever I want, and I don't have to fucking worry about it, don't have to fucking think about it.
Right.
And to all my people working a physical labor job, dude, one thing that I'm amazed about crypto is like, and just investing in general, I loaded semi-trailers for 6 years. Like a tough fucking job. Honestly, it was tough at fucking UPS, dude. I worked overnights from 10 to 2. I would serve and bartend like during the day, and then I would go load semi-trailers at night. I worked my fucking ass off, dude. Like, I grinded so hard, and I don't have anything to show for it. I've made more... like just this past like few months with crypto than like a year or two working for fucking a UPS, like making $10-11 an hour, sweating my ass off, getting yelled at, like it's fucking terrible,
That's what I was
dude.
saying. The first time I made that, and I was in bed, and I was like, why the fuck isn't everyone doing this? But when I first started trading, guess what? There's so many naysayers. Oh, that's not real. You can't really make that. There's so many people that tell you that you can't make money trading and that it's a lie, and they don't believe that. And, at the end of the day, I've tried to tell some people about it, and they're like, oh, that's not real. Well, you're lost then. Keep what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Just do you, right? Just
Yeah.
Yeah, do you then, if it's such a lie.
Yeah.
Even though I can show money I've made or people, there's a lot of people that just don't believe it's real.
Just stay focused.
Because, think about, it's so crazy.
But,
Like,
like,
this exists. This fucking exists.
But it makes you upset though because you're trying to share it for like because you see you're making money and you want to spread that wealth to other people. You're like, hey, look at this. Like, look what I'm doing. Like, this is real. Like, come be a part of this journey with me. Like, I want, like, you're my friend. Like, I care about you.
Hear them complain
yeah,
every day,
I want you to be over here. Like, trust me, throw some money. Like,
do you have that? Like, do you have people that don't believe it's real?
I had a lot.
some.
I had a lot before, but now everyone's like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's 60,000. Sorry.
But they just don't understand, though. I don't even think it's like a thing of believing. It's like they just don't understand.
Right.
You
And
know?
you shouldn't
like,
be involved with something that you don't understand
Yeah.
either. But yeah, some people just aren't very open.
Yeah.
Like, and may even, like, we were talking about fucking zodiac signs. It might even come down to that. Like, maybe more people are more open minded, depending.
Well, for an Aquarius is very, very logic mind and not emotion mind. So right there, taking away emotions, that you have a higher advantage than someone like me that's triple water.
Yeah.
That throw myself under the
Zodiac
bus,
podcast coming soon.
No, but I can tell, like, you understand that you shouldn't entangle that with what you're doing, though. You know, like, you can't. Like,
well,
money doesn't care if you're crying or laughing.
One thing that I do when I look at it, I detach myself where I don't look at the money on there like it's money in my bank account.
Yeah.
I look at it more like it's a stimulated game that I'm playing, because if I look at it as money in my bank account, I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah.
So I really emotionally detach myself. And another thing I want to say is, at first, even like trying to understand options, I was like, what the fuck? Especially like a lot of people don't explain it. I got a really good book to explain it. But basically, I decided, we've all been in school, right? You know how if you take a math class and like you open to the back of the book and you're like, how the hell
It's got
do I
all
know
the
how to do
answers
that?
in there. Yeah.
I decided this is going to make fucking sense. And I sat and I watched a video and watched him over and over again and over. And I said, I don't give a fuck if this is like reading Chinese right now. This is going to make sense, and there's no other option. And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
For anyone out there that's like, I want to trade, you have to just not give up, because eventually, and it's so like, even if there's a concept that I don't really understand, watch one video, watch another, look up different definitions, because there's a certain way that it's going to be explained that will then make sense to you. But don't give up. That's why I decided I'm not fucking giving up. This is going to make sense.
Let them know now. Let them know
Yeah,
now.
get
How do you really
it.
feel? Yeah. But do you agree with me though? Like,
Of
you just
course.
have to. You're not giving up. Like,
Yeah.
no, this is gonna work. There's no second option.
No, it's a beautiful story at the end of the day too. Like, fuck, I can't wait. I can't wait to like
Yeah.
close the last chapter. Not like there'll never be a last chapter, but
Yeah,
to look
you're
back.
always being into crypto.
No,
I
but
feel
I'll always
like.
be into. I don't. Can you imagine yourself retiring from everything? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
no, for
like
sure.
I don't like doing that anymore. Like, then do something else. You know,
Right.
like there's always something else to keep you alive, to keep you motivated, to keep you just passion stuff. You know, like what are you? I'm not like I'm passionate about crypto, but I want to build things. I want to build communities. I want to build stuff. You know, so that money allows me the freedom to do that type of thing.
other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. To chase
Absolutely.
other dreams and
Yeah.
achieve
Yeah.
other goals.
But
yeah.
you need that. You got to get yourself right first financially. That's just a fact of life, right? Like you have to be able to
Yeah.
have the time to do what you want. So I fucking feel happy. I got a dope ass day job. I got a dope ass night job. I got a dog, dope ass girl. Like I got a
Yeah.
Dope ass
living
everything,
life.
dude.
yeah,
Dope
I just
ass
fucking-
life. Yeah.
I mean, fuck. What more do I want, really? It's like
Don't be greedy. All right, guys. I think that's a beautiful way to end it right there.
Yeah.
you're a beautiful
Gypsy,
way to end it.
Thank you. Gypsy, thanks for coming on.
Thank
Hope
you
you come
so
over more often
much.
here.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
I'm
of
glad to
course.
see you committed and didn't flake. Honestly, I have a problem with flakes.
Me too.
On this podcast.
Why? Why would someone
I'm just used to
flake?
it. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I like when someone new tells me they want to come on it, I like just assume they're gonna flake. Even
Well,
though I get set up and prepared like they're gonna be here. But it's I wish I wasn't like that. Honestly, I fucking don't. I wish I
you know
wasn't,
what,
but
though? But
it's
after
happened to me so much.
Right.
Like,
Well, this is the thing, is I'm different because I'm gaining fucking knowledge, and the knowledge is gonna get me money. So why
Yeah.
would I want that?
Right.
B, I eventually am gonna have I am starting my own podcast with people.
Yeah.
So I'm getting
So this is
experience.
rep,
This
yeah.
is what I do, right?
Right.
This isn't like a thing that I'm doing for
I
fun.
want to come on
even though
your
it is fun.
podcast
Of
too
course.
when you do it.
Of
by the
course,
way, hell yeah.
But like, this isn't just like a fun. This is my career that I want to do. So why would I not want to utilize? But yeah, no, flaky people fucking.
They do.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're annoying.
Yeah, they can
But
just
I'm not
stay
a
not
flaky.
getting anything.
They
done.
can stay frosted.
Yeah, you can stay at home watching Netflix while I'm making moves to better my
Yep.
career.
Amen.
That is. We'll see you next Thursday, everybody. Wade Donzi, Gypsy, and choose the
Thank
Doug Life.
you.
The Doug Life chose me.
Oh.